It's
a
the
Fit
Fit Update
Update
with producer Mike.
and Coach Kinsley. How's your week been?
So, Coach, this week I was at a conference that required networking, and then I was out of town visiting family. So, I did not really have time to get any real workouts in. So, then with most habits, it would pop up in my mind from time to time whenever I had a free moment. And what I need to do next time is to look at even like a 30-minute workout instead of thinking, oh, it's going to take me 90 minutes to do my usual workout. I don't have time. And I really didn't because it was a conference is full of breakout sessions, keynote sessions, vendor time, your normal conference. And in my brain, of course, I'm making those same excuses. So then I started thinking about what does it mean to have a priority? Because I felt bad that I was missing those workouts, that I could have made it a co priority, I'll say. They say that when you truly care about something, you'll find a way to carve out time because it's a priority, no matter how busy your day is. And so I had to think, is working out for me really a priority? But for me, I think it is. You know, I worry about my health. I worry about my family. I worry about my job. The thing I don't worry about is what was on TV last night, or going out and catching drinks with the fellas, or making it to level gabagool with my velvet wizard. All of those things I used to care about, and maybe way back in the day, those were priorities, but not now. The one thing that I have changed out in my habit stacking is the focus on my health and the ability to improve my quality of life. And then to make sure my family's needs are met, to make sure that my work needs are met, and that that's fulfillment there. Those are my priorities now. I don't plan on this being a habit, missing workouts, anytime soon. Once those other two priorities are met, I'm in it to work out, and towards the end of the week, I got back to it. And so I'm working out again, and it's fine. You know, I just wish I could get that Velvet Wizard to level Gabagool, but that'll have to wait. Nutritionally, another conference pitfall is the amount of pure junk that gets laid out for people to snack on. You know, sugar rushes are great, I guess, but, you know, pastries and candy bars and diet sodas. And of course, there's water. And sometimes they have fruits, sometimes they have nuts available as snacks. And also, I think early on, I've decided that it's easier for me to stick to my habit of snacking and hydrating during the day on the reg, as you young folks say. And then, other than drinking some calories with my fancy coffees that I like to get on the road, it was a good week. Well, let's say it was a normal week for me, which is good because it definitely could have careened off the rails, but it didn't.
Nice work. That is tough, especially when you're traveling. Holding on to your nutritional values is harder when you're not completely in control of what you have access to like that. So well done.
Yeah, I think had I sat down with my breakfast buffet like they serve and, you know, the Mexican lunch buffet filling my plate, and frankly, neither one of those things were very appetizing to this me. And all the triggers were there. Away from home, plenty of food, would have been an easy grub down. But that old me was silent. That old me was absent. So, Coach, how was your nutrition and training this week?
My week was pretty tough. What suffered the most was my sleep. I sacrificed sleep to work out a few different times. You know, it's one of those things where you gotta do what you gotta do. If I were to keep this up for more than a week, then I wouldn't see gains because I'm not giving my body enough time to recover with the sleep. So I'm walking a fine line here.
It's interesting, Coach, to hear you say that you have trouble balancing recovery and fitness and exercise in your weekly routine because I figure by now you probably got that down, right?
Yeah, both are important, and sleep is essential for just general function, but for muscle recovery as well. This week, there just wasn't space for both, and that's the sacrifice I decided to make, which is fine, especially if you are in a season of your life where you need the endorphins, you know, like this week was going to be tough, so I'm like, the endorphins that I'll get from starting my day like that is going to be worth the sleep sacrifice to get it done. And then I didn't want to lose my gains. I know that one week doesn't sound like much time, but it is. You can change a lot in 1 week, thankfully, because that means when you put in the work for that week, you'll be able to see the changes. Now, that's for a really trained eye. Like, I could see the differences because I've been committing my career to seeing the differences in 1 week. For someone who's just beginning, you might not see the difference until a few weeks out. But trust me when I say that 1 week makes a difference. 1 week of good nutrition, or 1 week of exercising, or 1 week of sleep deprivation. So I definitely need to get back on it this next week when it comes to prioritizing my sleep and maybe finding a different time of day to work out or doing shorter workouts. I really prefer to work out 1.5 to 2 hours. Next week, it'll look
That's
like half
interesting
an hour
that you
workout instead.
can feel the difference of 1 week in your workouts because I know that your workouts can be mega intense. So I guess you would be able to see that, especially as the trainer with your experience. So then, can you pack it all in for 30 minutes or do you work multiple times across the week? Or how do you sort of approach that? Because I'd imagine you still get everything in, right?
I don't want you to give me too much credit here. There is no way, it is absolutely impossible for me to pack all my workouts or all my movements into 30 minutes. So I would not be doing the same routine by any means. No way. It's literally impossible with the amount of weight I'm pushing and the amount of movements and reps. There's no way I could possibly do it in 30 minutes. And the frequency that I'm working out is already super high. I'm working out like 5 times a week. So no, I will not be checking out the gym anymore. But it's important to keep the frequency. I would rather work out 30 minutes 5 times a week than work out one day for 2 hours.
That's a great approach, coach. A great pivot, I guess, or not really a pivot, but a great adaptation. So, how was your nutrition this week?
My nutrition this week was pretty good. I didn't have a lot of room for temptation because I was just so busy. So, protein was in check, my calories in check. I could have done a little better with water because my coffee intake was higher. And as we've learned in our hydration episode, coffee is a diuretic. So you lose water when you have coffee. And I don't think I made up for it every day.
Yeah, it sounds like your calendar was pretty full. So, probably not a lot of time for things like, fish.
Oh no, there's plenty of time for fish. I'd go as far as saying daily time, especially when you have easy options like the fish packets and canned tuna. But fish fillets, if you just have them thaw out in the morning, they're ready by the evening.
Huh. So then I guess you're not putting on your big yellow weather gear and going out with the Gorton's fishermen and catching that. Okay, I guess I get that. And unfortunately, I guess that makes access a little easier for people to get a hold of some fish.
Unfortunately, honestly, back in Dominican Republic, let me tell you, the fish was a lot better when you caught it yourself.
You know what, coach? I probably would enjoy it.
Yeah, and maybe if you did have it fresh out of the ocean, you would like it.
Coach Kinsley, that's a fair point and a great update.
That's a great update, Producer Mike.